Hey, hey! Hola! And welcome to another episode of Max and Matt versus Evil. Coming at you live on a beautiful Cinco de Mayo, May 5th. Tuesday that we're recording this. Not sure what day you're listening to it, but we love you nonetheless. And I gotta say, the Cinco de Mayo vibes are always huge in my neighborhood. Ever since I moved out to California, they've done it big in every city that I've lived in around here.
No shit.
And I just love it. You know, I'm going to eat some Mexican food later today. And later on in the podcast, we're going to share our top 5 favorite Mexican foods and our top 5 list. And I'm also going to share a unique experience that I have at my favorite Mexican restaurant around here every single week. And before that, you're going to shed the light on a scam going on in Detroit. But before we get to that, I'm going to talk about a little something that I posted on my social media and you hit me up about. And we got to talk
definitely.
And it's the smog checks. Now, 30 states in the United States of America have emissions tests on vehicles that you have to pass in order to get your registration or other things. And California is the strictest of them all. So every 2 years, I have to get a smog check for my vehicle. My vehicle's a little older, 2015, and cars 6 years or older have more vigorous testing. You have to get tested.
And you drive
more
a car, right? Not a truck.
An SUV.
All right, gotcha.
And when I got my smog check done last, it was 2 years ago, it was $25. And that's pretty much how much it costed my whole time living in California.
Not bad.
When I went to go get my last smog check last week, it was $75.
Jesus Christ.
At the same place that I got my smog check 2 years ago. I asked the mechanic, I'm like, what is the deal? How are they? And I obviously searched around to see if it was, you know, if I could get a cheaper one somewhere else. And they're all competitive. You know, there's 3 places in my city that do it, and it's all $75 to $90. And then you'd have to drive an hour to get a $40 smog check. Then you look and there's some Groupons and coupons for $20 smog checks, and you check and you're like, okay, it should be advertising places close to me, right? No, it's Go to LA and get this smog check. Go to Oakland and get this smog check. It just got me thinking, like, this is such bullshit. So I was talking to the mechanic. What has happened? Why is it so expensive? What has happened? And he was telling me that the equipment to run the smog check has gotten very expensive to maintain. So they just keep upping the prices. And like, that sounds like bullshit to me. But if it's a state mandated thing, my thing is the state should help out these places and make it more accessible to citizens. And it should be regulated, because in other states it is regulated. My dad lives in Maine and his emissions test is $25 every single time, and it's regulated by the state. So you have to get this smog check in order to get your registration. So my registration was up and it was expired. And if your check engine light is on, you do not pass the smog check.
What?
Right. So anything going on with your car that would cause the check engine light to go on, you have to take care of that before you get the smog check.
Just disable your check engine light.
Right. Then it gives an error code to the machine and you have to get it done again.
That's right. Okay.
Yeah. It's one step ahead. My check engine light was on when I was due for registration. So I pay the registration, make sure that I don't have to pay a late fee when it comes time, but I still have, it's like an incomplete registration. So I paid it, but I don't get my tags until I actually do the
Get your smog check. Jesus Christ, dude.
Right.
So real quick.
Yes.
There's not somebody that comes to your house. You go to a mechanic shop that's fixing up cars and doing this thing. Yeah. They have, it's like going to get your oil change type thing. Like you just kind of pull in, and is there like a special part of the mechanic's office that the shop that only does a smog check?
They plug a bunch of shit into your car. They plug something into the computer, and then they actually test the emissions coming out of the muffler, and they're actually testing. And they're looking underneath the camera, looking underneath with a mirror, looking underneath the car to make sure that you don't have any parts that don't belong on the car. My wife needs a new catalytic converter. If you have a catalytic converter that doesn't meet California standards for emissions, but it still will turn off the error signal in your car, or it'll turn off the check engine light if you replace it, but you got the catalytic converter, say, out of state, it'll fail the smog check. So now her catalytic converter that she has to buy is $1,500 here.
Oh, yeah.
Where you could get one in Nevada or Michigan for way cheaper that doesn't have to pass California standards for emissions. It's just another way of this state fucking you and making you spend so much money just to stay in this state.
Yeah, $75 checkup could turn into a $1,300 checkup if something's not right. Your check engine light's on. It's just if there's no way around it, and it has to be state regulated. A quick drive to to get your smog checked up could end up costing you thousands of dollars. That's crazy.
Right.
That's crazy.
Then you have to pay the $75. If you fail the test, you have to get the test again and pay again.
What?
Yeah, it's the biggest load of shit. There's this thing where the state says if you go and you fail the test and you bring the form to this office there and you meet if you have low income, they'll pay for you to get your car fixed. But you know the hoops you would have to jump through that. And in the meantime, you'll end up getting a ticket. You'll end up getting your car towed. You can get your car towed for expired tags out here. If your car has expired tags for 6 months, they can just tow your shit.
Jesus, dude.
It's just this state forcing you to jump through these hoops to do these things, but not helping you out at all. They should be paying for these smog check stations to maintain the equipment at the bare minimum, and there should be regulation on how much they're allowed to charge us. In 2 years, when I go to get it, it's going to be $200. It's going to be over $100 at least.
For sure.
There's nothing stopping them from just price gouging and going up and up and up. And I live in kind of a small town. Right now, there's like 3 smog check stations in town. There'll probably be 1 in 2 more years because they'll just shut down because it costs too much to run the machinery, and they're not getting enough business because maybe people are going somewhere else to get a smog check.
That's nuts, dude. Never heard of that before.
Yeah, and it also results in people stealing registration stickers. Out here,
that's where I'd be out doing. Yes, that's definitely something.
Yeah, people put their registration sticker on there, then they slice it with a razor blade so you can't pull it off. It will come off in pieces. But people are doing anything to get around it. I'm a connected individual. I asked around. I asked how much it would cost to just, if someone knows someone who runs a smog check station who will just
for real.
ask me. And it didn't make financial sense. I just to fix the car just made more sense. But there are ways around it. But obviously, those people are smart too, and they're going to charge you They're going to charge you a shitload of money to do that too, just under what it would cost to fix your car.
Well, I would think for the amount of time to go and slip a guy $100 and just be like, "Here's $100. Write me up and get out of here." A 5-minute process compared to a mirror underneath a drug sniffing dog, basically. You think there's got to be a guy in town. I know I would have a guy in town here with,
right, but he's not going to do it for $100 when he can charge $75 for a legit smog check. He's going to do it for. I got quoted $500 to $600.
For an illegal. That's crazy. If your car's messed up though, and you need, like, your wife needs a $1,500 catalytic converter, you're kind of thinking like, all right, well,
it's running, the car's running, it's working fine. It's just
unbelievable.
The fucking catalytic converter. Now I will say the smog situation in LA and big cities in California has gotten dramatically. I think it's pretty much 100% reversed ever since they put these strict emissions on the cars.
Okay.
Or these strict regulations on the emissions, but they're making you pay as citizens, and it's just not right.
Nuts. Yeah, the amount of taxes you guys pay too is outrageous. I mean, the amount of taxes we all pay is outrageous, and I can't believe I've never heard of that in my entire life. I didn't even know that existed.
Why aren't those tax dollars going towards maintaining the smog check stations to keep the price regulated? Why isn't something from there going?
What do you mean? Because then the politicians couldn't get rich. Yes, that's crazy. The taxes don't go to help anything, dude. It's at this point in life, man, it's all such a scam. It makes me so angry when it comes to that stuff, and especially, Gavin Newsom's wife made a ton of money with the Palisades fire, the relief charity benefit that they did. She took all the money for her nonprofit. Like none of the families of the Palisades ended up getting any of the money. It just doesn't stop, dude. It really never ends these days. So I'm not shocked by that at all.
You know what I would like to do? I would love to give you a homework assignment. Because we have a very important election coming up in California, as we discussed a few episodes ago with Eric, the whole Eric Swalwell case. But I would love to. I'm going to send you. Well, I would love you to do some research and tell me who you would vote for California governor.
God, okay, I can do that. I will.
I'm going to send you the debate. And
I saw parts of it.
Base it fully off the debate, but I'm very undecided. I don't know who's getting my vote, and I'm still trying.
Not that lady.
Oh no! The one who like cussed out her staffers for getting in the background for videos.
She's gonna win.
No, I'm good on her. But I would love to do that. I would love to have an episode.
I will absolutely take a look. I can't watch the debate. Those infuriate me too much, but I'll throw it. I'll definitely do my research on some of their policies and stuff like that. I like to read, so I can absolutely do that.
You don't like to watch the debate don't you feel like you really get the vibe of a person watching them debate somebody else?
Max, I tried watching the Michigan GOP debate between the Republican candidates last week. I lasted 2.5 minutes. I wanted to blow my brains out. It's an absolute, just mind-numbing, disgusting. They're all just so slimy. They're all such just ridiculous people. And I'm glad that you mentioned that because there's a guy running here whose name is Perry Johnson. This guy looks like if Joe Biden and Trump had a baby. And
I think I've seen his commercials.
This asshole starts talking about how Michigan needs to be the data center state. And I lost it, dude. I lost it, which is a perfect transition into the story that I got posted yesterday or published yesterday on the Michigan Enjoyer, enjoyer.com. And dude, it's, the data centers are a soft spot for me. They really drive me nuts. And there's the one being built in Saline. DTE Energy is a scam that we have no choice. It's the energy monopoly here in Michigan. And DTE was kind enough to put out a statement last week. They're such nice guys, Max. So DTE has raised our energy bills. They tried to get $500 million extra for this year. The Michigan Public Service Commission ended up giving them $250 million, so about a 4.8% raise for our bills. Yesterday, consumers announced a $1.50 per month bill increase to help poor people. So we subsidize theirs by $1.50 a month. So DTE puts out a statement last week that says, "Hey guys, so we're going to do you a favor. We're going to put a 2-year pause, maybe, on rate increases if you approve our data centers going online, the ones that we support."
Ooh, the big if.
Fucking gun to our head, literally. Yeah. So either these data centers that take up trillions of gallons of water that are being built in the middle of our state, so all the plumbing, infrastructure, who the hell knows what's going into that are discharging into our rivers and lakes where the entire world gets 20% of their fresh water from Michigan, allegedly. But yeah, DTE announced that they will forego asking for rate increases for at least 2 years following its upcoming filing, as long as the data centers come online.
Isn't that blackmail?
We don't have a choice. We have no options. There's nowhere else we can go. So the filing.
How can they say that though? How can they just come out and say that?
If so, this filing is for $474.3 million, which would be another like 7% increase. This would be their 5th rate hike in the last 7 years. The DTE CEO claimed affordability, and her name's Joy Harris. By the way, she made $8.5 million in 2025 as her take-home package. She went on to say, the DTE press release went on to say that these contracts will contribute $9 billion to improving the electric grid by 2045. What does that even mean?
Are the citizens going to get any of that $9 billion? Where is that $9 billion going?
No, they're going to even raise our rates in 2028 when they get the chance. Like, it's an absolutely absurd gun to the head situation that's going on here once again, and nothing anybody can do about it. And Michigan has one of the worst economies in the country. I think we're top 5 in unemployment, and the worst part is that these people just keep preaching affordability. And I go, raising our rates and affordability doesn't add up. That's not what the word affordability means, you pieces of garbage. It's absolutely infuriating, dude. It's really sad.
But, I can see why you're fired up with that.
It's just really frustrating. So right now, Michigan is at we have all-time highs for water, heat, and electricity. Our dams are failing. Our roads we have the worst infrastructure in the country. We have the highest car insurance rates. My car insurance is over $200 a month. I've never been in an accident before in my life. $200 a month for my car insurance. It's absolutely absurd. This is a hostage negotiation, and no matter what, the trigger is getting pulled, and it's going to be right in the back of our heads because there's nothing we can do about it. It's really fucked up.
It relates to the smog check because it's just two situations where you're just completely helpless as citizens, and you're at the mercy of the state, and whatever they decide, you have to go with, or else you have to go somewhere else and deal with that state's politics, and there's bullshit everywhere you go.
Yeah, I'm not moving to Florida. I like it here, and as I've said before, I got deer head right here. I got a deer head right here. Like being outside. I hunted turkey on Sunday morning. Being here in the state of Michigan is super important to me. But at what point do you just snap and you're like, all right, well, maybe living in the Everglades is a good idea I'll just put up with 130 degree weather for good Mexican food down there. But right. It's just an absolute, they're just
at a wood burning stove, live off the grid. My dad spends his whole summer chopping wood and stacking up wood piles, and only burns wood for heat in the winter. It ends up costing him more money than paying for electricity out in Maine.
That's funny.
But he does it just to be off the grid and to say fuck you to the government. Just another way to not be connected or dependent on the government.
Nobody in politics is actually here to help us. They don't give a damn. And now we have $5 gas prices here. What's gas in California right now?
It's $5. It's $6 by me.
Yeah, it's $5 here. So
that's
yeah.
Is that a record high? $5?
Yeah, it's a record high, and they really love blaming Trump about it, and it's also stupid, dude.
Well, we love to sit here and bitch about things all day.
Some good news.
One of our the purposes of this show, we like to point out things that are pissing us off. But something that didn't piss us off.
The Pistons won again.
The Pistons won again. G-Money Cash, what's up?
The Pistons won again.
Tobias? Cade?
Oh my God.
Man.
What a game.
He stretched it. We were sitting here very worried in the beginning of the series. We went down 3-1, but hey, the Pistons won Game 7 and beat the Orlando Magic, and Tobias Harris stepped up when no one else seemed like they wanted to, and we took our first playoff series in a really long time.
Yeah, 18 years, I think it was, something along those lines, which is crazy it's been that long.
We matched the games exactly how we did in 2004 with that championship team going down 1-3 to the Orlando Magic. It was the same. We won the games we won in that series and lost the games we lost in that series. It was very interesting and maybe a foreshadowing of how things are to come for the rest of this playoff stretch.
Definitely. And I want to talk Game 6 before we got to Game 7. One of the craziest streaks I've ever witnessed in my life in any level of professional basketball. The Orlando Magic missed 23 straight shots after being up by as much as 23. As much as being up, they were up 23 or 24.
They were up
at one
24.
Point.
Yep.
Yeah. And then just went stone freaking cold and clawed back. And next thing you know,
they lost the series right there for sure.
Yeah, and their coach ended up getting fired after Game 7. Game 7 wasn't particularly close, wasn't that exciting either. The Pistons couldn't quite put them away. But, yeah, I got to give, Azur Thompson, mad props. The guy can't shoot for shit, but he's Bruce Bowen 2.0. His defensive abilities are absolutely crazy.
Bruce could at least knock down a corner three, though.
Bruce could knock down corner threes. I don't know what Azur's problem is when his brother, Amen, is putting up 40. It's so crazy how that happens. happens. But
you just can't.
Yeah,
shoot.
they're just.
Yeah, I have a theory about them. Like they must have played on an 11-foot hoop or something growing up because they're both incredible at defense and can't shoot for shit.
It was really cool to see, and some life lit into LCA. Cade's the man. My favorite thing about Cade is he's quiet. He goes about his business. He puts up big numbers. Yeah, Duran came back from the dead right after that Angel Reese post that she was posting him and about him getting posterized. That's when things really turned around. And I hope that Wendell Clark Jr. is like, hey, listen, stay the hell home for the next series if we get in the playoffs, if they're still together. Well, love is dead, so we'll see how long they last. But
I would love to see Duran take it up a notch in this next series. I think he could play a lot better than he did, even to end that series. I think if it wasn't for Tobias Harris, we'd be completely fucked. And Dennis Jenkins finally came through with a good game.
So true. Who I scream at constantly, but he knocked down some huge shots. The Pistons are moving on. The first game against Cleveland is tonight against my favorite player in the NBA, who's Donovan Mitchell, who the Pistons took Luke Kennard the pick before of instead of Donovan Mitchell, however many years back.
Man, don't remind me.
Duran is going up against Evan Mobley, and that's a really bad matchup for him. Mobley is unbelievable on both sides of the ball. Definitely more of an offensive threat than anybody the Magic have at that position, being Wendell Clark and who's the other guy? Everybody ended up getting hurt.
Tadze, the white guy.
Yeah. And it's just we're gonna see, man. It's the games tonight at LCA. Get in price is about $62 on TickPick. Shout out TickPick. But yeah, it's a relatively decent get in price for game 2 or for first game of the semi-conference finals. Yeah, that's how we are, right? Yeah, but it's exciting time, man. I'm happy for them. They need another scorer in the offseason, but Tobias really picked it up, and so did some other guys. And like you said, Jenkins and Duran stepped up definitely from his abysmal first few games. But yeah, it's exciting, man.
Yeah, we got some Paul Reed action in game 6, and then he didn't really play in game 7.
Yeah,
which is interesting.
B-ball Paul is a real G, man, and Ron Holland can't sniff the court, which is tough. I really like Ron, but
if Jenkins plays like he played in Game 7, then it doesn't really matter if Ron Holland sniffs the court.
No,
or if we need his defense, if we face a really tough backcourt, maybe if Thompson's going to be guarding Donovan Mitchell. That's the matchup right there.
And then Cade is going to be on Harden. It's so funny.
God, they had Harden. I always forget that they have Harden.
It's so funny, man. Just James Harden, just in his playoff woes are since he left Houston, even the last year in Houston, like that. He had one of the craziest fourth quarters I've ever seen in my life in 2 different variations. One time he put up, I think, 27 in the fourth. The guy was unstoppable. And then the next year he went 1 for 13 in the game 7 or whatever. It was absolutely just terrible. But yeah, James Harden comes to town. There's no good strip clubs in Detroit anymore. So you don't have to worry about that. So he's, Pistons fans deserve it. Yeah, man, what a turnaround by JB Bickerstaff. And I'm really pumped for them.
Yeah, I hope people didn't turn in all their postseason NBA awards yet, because Cade has to be on that first team All NBA. That's all I agree about.
Oh, and one thing, back to this being a scam. Did you know that Xfinity Comcast customers could not watch Game 7?
Such bullshit. No, I did not know that.
Scripps owns the rights to ABC locally, and they're having a beef with Xfinity Comcast, and so there was no way for Xfinity customers to watch Game 7 of a local playoff game in Detroit.
It's the worst part about basketball. That's the worst part about sports and streaming in general. So many. Even if it was on like Peacock or a streaming service like that, would it be blacked out?
No, Peacock they don't have a problem with. It was just because it was on Channel 7 and ABC.
It's crazy.
How not? It's so not fair. And way to grow the game. Like, how can you get people involved when they get all hyped up and want to watch Game 7, and then their 10-year-olds like, all right, you got to go take your 10-year-old to a local bar to go watch the game, man. It's
right. How does it make sense? You would figure that there'd have to be a way for them to bring in more money to have it streaming on TV. Yeah,
it's crazy. And then the one other thing I wanted to get to, because what goes up must come down, and that's Detroit sports. And Detroit got the worst news possible yesterday with our back-to-back Cy Young winner, Tarik Skubal, has bodies in his elbow. If you could play the Deadpool song, let the bodies. Tarik has had 2 left elbow surgeries. He's about to turn 30, or he's right around 30 if already there. And I saw a crazy stat, man, and the Tigers had a really interesting offseason with him where they wouldn't refuse to re-sign him, kind of knowing that this is obviously a possibility. And one of the craziest stats I've ever seen in my entire life was yesterday, where his trade value went from around $40 million to $1.1 million. He's out 3 to 6 months. He was this offseason, he was going to sign something like a $50 million per year contract with whomever he signed it with. Wasn't going to be the Tigers. And now he's looking at pennies on the dollar since this injury. So it's a really bad situation for Tarik. I feel terrible. And the Tigers could offer him a discounted deal, but his agent, Scott Boras, and we all know how that goes with Scott. He's a super agent who gets very good money for his players, whether they deserve it or not. But yeah, I just feel really bad for Tarik and then the Tigers in general. They have 12 guys on IR. Their entire Verlander, Skubal, Olsen, Mize, everybody is injured, and it's not looking great for the rest of the season. And Torres got hurt the other day, and yeah, but it's just crazy how one good thing happens and then something bad just follows it immediately.
Yeah, that's how it goes being a Detroit sports fan. Some people are blaming the Detroit Pistons for Skubal's injury. They're saying that this is where he got hurt, throwing T-shirts to the crowd at LCA.
Well,
was it worth it, Tarik?
Well, he did pitch in the World Baseball Classic earlier this season, in the preseason, right? And there was a lot of people. He only pitched 3 innings against the UK, and people were very mad at him for coming back, including myself, and just showing up and not pitching. But when he said the other day, he said he's had a discomfort for a majority of the season, which is crazy. And then his arm just straight up locked up playing catch the other day, and he just had to go get somebody. And he was rubbing. He was doing conveniently.
Was it? Has he pitched a game since throwing those T-shirts at LCA?
When was that from?
That was Game 7.
Oh, God. No, he hasn't. He's been a scratch since then.
He pitched April 29th. So he pitched right before that.
Yeah.
And then threw those and never pitched again.
Oh, my God.
How often do you think he throws T-shirts to a crowd? And do you think maybe he was trying to throw them a little bit hard to get them to the fans and the cheap seats up top? Dude, in those $69 seats?
He's a lefty. If you're his agent, you're like, Tarik, go out there with your right hand, buddy, and just look like someone who's never thrown a ball before. But yeah, I didn't know that. I saw that clip, but I thought that was from way earlier in the season. But I guess, he's claiming it's been bothering him for a while. I hope that he's not that soft where he got hurt throwing T-shirts. And we have a T-shirt cannon. Why do we need stuff like that? The T-shirt cannon's so much cooler. Just put them behind that thing. And that's the way to do it. So.
Yeah, the T-shirt cannon's the shit.
So cool. And they finally give people in the upper deck a shot, because all those T-shirts used to go to the people who were paying $2,000 a ticket anyways. It was such bullshit,
Right. That's what Skubal was trying to do.
Yeah, seriously.
Trying to do it. Well, when we started off this show, we were talking about Cinco de Mayo, and we will continue that talk right now as we get into our top 5.
Yeah, segment bring back.
Yeah. When we initially started podcasting together, we enjoyed always doing a top 5 segment on our Thursday shows. But hey, today's a Tuesday, and it's Cinco de Mayo, and no better day to kick it back off than today. Wow. The top 5 favorite Mexican foods.
We should have had the Taco Tuesday LeBron sound bit too. That would have been unbelievable.
Taco Tuesday. I mean, that's such an asshole. Because it is Taco Tuesday, the rare occurrence where a Taco Tuesday falls on Cinco de Mayo.
It's the eclipse. God. It's the Mexican eclipse.
Yes. So I'm going to kick this one off. We're in the top 5 favorite Mexican foods, and I'm going to start with a classic, one that I've enjoyed since I was a little kid, and that is nachos. Basically, you put cheese on tortilla chips, and those are nachos for me. Now, you can elevate them by adding the accoutrements, like maybe some chopped onion, some tomatoes, some meat, some ground beef, el pastor, ground chicken, anything like that. And a sour cream, a little bit of sour cream and salsa on top. It really brings it together. And nachos, a magnificent number 5.
Real quick, the restaurants that pile them too high, so there's nothing in the middle, those people can get fucked.
Absolutely. There's a place out here called Chevy's, and they do individual nachos where each chip, they design each chip as a nacho itself. And
they deserve a medal. I like that.
But I can also, as a kid, I can't tell you how many times I just threw some tortilla chips in the microwave with some shredded cheese on top and called it a snack.
OG snack. Yep. Absolutely.
Number 4, I got a sweet tooth. Churros. I love some churros, man. I never really had a good churro until I came out to California. And when I would make my trip back to and from work over the Bay Bridge, I would stop at this little place called Treasure Island. And on Treasure Island, there was a churro man there. And the churros he had churros, plain churros filled with cream, caramel, chocolate, strawberry, anything you could think of. And he would also have like a little sauce you could dip it in the chocolate, dip it in the caramel, dip it in a little vanilla sauce.
Nice.
And I love a good churro. Number 3, tacos. Can't go wrong. I mean, you throw some meat on a tortilla, put some onions and cilantro on top, and it's the cheapest food that you can find out here. Still the only food that you can, these days, the only food that you can get for under $4 a pop. I love all types of tacos. When I first moved out here, I was big into the El Pastor. I've been going away from the pork lately, doing a lot of carne asada, chicken, maybe some ground beef to remind me of Taco Bell, and maybe something you might like a little bit more. But a good taco. I go street tacos, soft tacos, but I love a good crunchy taco too. I can do a Taco Bell taco, do a quesadilla taco. Then you're taking it to another level. It's a whole different item if you ask me. But man, shout out to the tacos. Number 2, back to my sweet tooth, Tres Leches cake. Have you ever had Tres Leches cake?
No.
Man, when I first discovered Tres Leches cake, it blew my mind. I don't even know what
this is.
So it is cake. Imagine like white cake that's been soaked in a milk base that's like heavy cream, condensed milk, evaporated milk, super sweet cream, and it's been soaked in the cake. So the cake is super moist, and it's topped with whipped cream and maybe a little bit of cinnamon, and some fresh fruit. Incredible. When you put it on the plate, it's moist, like it's dripping. It's got the juices just dripping out of it.
I've never had this before.
Cinco de Mayo after some tacos and some Coronas. Man, you are in heaven. Yeah, you got to try some Tres Leches. If you've never had it, treat yourself.
I'm a chocolate guy, so this doesn't really go towards my vision. I don't see, I'm going to go towards something else.
Maybe not. Yeah, it might not. Hey, there might be chocolate Tres Leches. We may have just stumbled upon something.
Seriously, I have to start making it myself. Yeah.
Number 1, you can get this anywhere, but San Francisco, California perfected it. It's a full meal that you can hold in your hand, and that is the burrito. Specifically, the super burrito or a mission burrito, which is
never heard of this.
Rice, beans, meat, cheese, guacamole, sour cream, salsa.
Okay.
Boom. Wrapped up in a flour tortilla. Looks like a little baby when you're holding it. It's like the size of a football usually. You can compare it to a classic Chipotle burrito. That's where they really got their style from, probably.
More on that later.
But man, a classic super burrito with either carne asada, chicken, or El Pastor, bro, sign me up. That is my dinner. I am full off of that. My wife and son can eat a burrito, and then there's still half left, and I end up eating theirs too.
That's great. That's a lot of food. Shout out Rob Perez, Worldwide Wob, the NBA guy. He takes burritos and he'll drop it on screen and just this thing, boom, just like this massive California burrito, dude. And those things don't break. Like those things stay together no matter through a tornado, man. Those things would just absolutely just rip.
Yeah, they make it so you can take it on the job site with you as you're like laying the roof to a house or picking some grapes off some vines.
We do not have that here. We definitely do not. And that's kind of why my top 5 list is going to be more specific and way more white trash. Okay. So we're just going to get into this. So one of the greatest inventions of all time, number 5, the Dorito Loco Taco. Okay. Now we need to, what an innovation of just a boring hard taco from Taco Bell. But you have the Dorito shell. They used to have the fire Dorito shell. That one was amazing. It doesn't even stay together in the cardboard thing. I mean, you basically eat it like you need a shovel to pretty much eat the thing. I'm a beef taco in this case kind of guy, but that is number 5 for me. Just an innovation that should be in the Hall of Fame in terms of where we are. Number 4, and again, this is a little bit generic, but the burrito taco in general. Okay. I love the dipping, and that's going to be more of your traditional, Mexican restaurant. If they have a burrito taco without the burrito sauce, they can go fuck themselves. You got to have the juice.
Consomme.
Yeah. You got to have the juice, and or else it's just not any good. I mean,
without the au jus.
Exact. Great example. Correct. Yep. That's the only way to do it. And now I'm craving Mexican, but you can't go to Mexican place today because there'll be a line at the frickin' door. Right. Number 3, my dinner from last night. Again, going back to the burrito thing, but I am white trash Chipotle. Okay. The Chipotle hot sauce is one of the best hot sauces around. I can't get the burrito there anymore because, like we were talking about, they can't roll the damn things, okay? Yeah. The purple-haired person behind the counter just ends up giving me something that has holes in it and just leaks all over myself. So I do a burrito bowl. I just get some chips on the side, scoop it up like that. The flavors, the service has gone down. Chipotle's had a huge fall off, but my girl's pregnant, so she's been craving it. I'm like, okay, cool, I'm down. That's number 3 for me.
The burrito-istas have diminished significantly.
They used to call a guy out from the back when they have a big one. He would just be like, all right, and just like take and you just roll that thing up perfectly. They're gone. I don't know where they went, but they're doing something else these days. There's no doubt about it. Number 2, street tacos in general, in the sense of like not what a restaurant calls a street taco. I've been to Guadalajara before. And just peeling off to the side of the road and some guy who's cooking on a grill that's connected to the back of his truck. And you're like, what kind of meat is that? I don't know. Can I have some? Yes, I can. And just demolish whatever the meat choice they have for that option. A good, just the onion, cilantro, and whatever they have as a special that day.
A little slice of pineapple off the top.
Little slice, sure. A little slice. If that's the way they want to go, that's they want to go. I'm a pretty picky. I've become better, but they don't do any sour cream with that shit. Hell no. That's just a straight up, like I said, whatever meat was cheapest at the store, they've had marinating for 4 days. Love it. And then number 1, staple to my diet for the last 15 years since the day it was invented, going back to number 5 on my Taco Bell list, the cheesy gordita crunch.
Oh, it's an all-timer.
This doesn't even, whatever that sauce is, I don't know. I don't care. Again, the Taco Bell beef. Let me do this. Beef is just it's something I've literally eaten since I was day one in terms of the beef. But now the cheesy gordita crunch at the Taco Bell is my go-to on the road whenever I have to drive anywhere. As soon as I get in my car, I'm like, how much longer until I can get Taco Bell? And we make one of those happen. The chips and cheese are also the Taco Bell nacho sauce. I don't know what's in that stuff. It can't be replicated. I don't think it's real cheese. It is delicious. And you do a little dip action and you kind of get that going. It is by far my favorite Mexican food ever created, and it is as trashy as you can possibly get. But hey, that's what you get with me. So it's how I roll with these days. So I kind of kept it both authentic and authentic to me,
Yeah.
So
you didn't let me down.
Yeah.
I was expecting as such. The cheesy gordita crunch, it has like the outer layer and then the crunchy inner layer. Yeah. It is all
levels.
Like
yeah,
you got a little food, next level stoner.
Oh
food.
yeah, and oh god, Taco Bell was the first restaurant, opened late. Then Wendy's followed, but there was only just wait in the drive-thru for 35 minutes while you're drunk as hell getting driven home was just good memories all around. That's my list.
Top 5.
Yeah, no desserts. I don't think I've ever had Mexican dessert in my life, to be honest. I don't think I've ever had a churro now that I think about it.
Never had a churro.
I don't think so.
You're gonna have to come out here for any good Mexican food.
Sure. Yeah. My truck passes the smog test, for God's sake.
No, you're fine.
God.
All this talk about food has me really hungry. I think I'm about to go hit my favorite Mexican restaurant out here, but this place always pisses me off, bro. Yeah. I love them so much. The food is so good. I keep going back here. I'll
What's
shout
it
them
called?
out by name. La Hacienda Bar and Grill in Sonoma, California. Just the best, freshest ingredients. Pretty big menu. You can get all the classic stuff that you're thinking about. Also enchiladas, burritos, tacos, horchata. The horchata drink, like the cinnamon rice milk drink, is so good. But,
what?
Oh, you need a horchata. You need to try it. But
I got 4.4 stars out of 1,000 reviews, by the way, on Google. Just a heads up. I'm going to see.
Solid, right? I mean, that's solid. Yeah. So this place, let's start. Today's Tuesday, right?
Yep.
I love this place for Taco Tuesday. I never knew that they did a Taco Tuesday until one day I went there for lunch and I ordered 4 tacos. I got 4 tacos and then they brought the bill and it was $8. And I was like, oh shit, I thought they were $4 a taco. And they're like, oh, it's Taco Tuesday. Like, I've been coming here for years. You never told me about Taco Tuesday.
They don't advertise it?
No. I go back the next week and I order same thing. I bring my wife, in fact. I go with my wife. I order more for myself. This time I'm like, shit, I want 6 tacos for me. Yeah. And she'll take 4. And they come out and they're big ass tacos. Yeah. I'm like, oh shit, okay, they hooked it up today. I eat. I get the bill and they charged me $4 per taco. They gave me the non-Taco Tuesday deal. And I asked the waitress, I'm like, hey, I thought it was Taco Tuesday. What's up with the deal? And she's like, oh, you got to order the Taco Tuesday tacos. You ordered the regular tacos. I'm like, what? It's Tuesday. Why would I order the regular tacos?
How are you supposed to know?
Order the regular tacos? I want the Taco Tuesday tacos. And she's crazy. Like, well, there's nothing I can do. We brought you the regular tacos. They're bigger size. And, I'm not going to, I go there all the time. I'm not going to really complain a lot. I'm like, okay, next time I fucking got you, though. Because next time I'm going to come and I'm going to say, I want the Taco Tuesdays. Well, the next week comes. Or maybe I skipped a week because that whole situation pissed me off. And then 2 weeks later, I go for Taco Tuesday again with my wife. Same deal. Order our tacos. I get the carne asada, the El Pastor. She gets all.
Did you
chicken.
Say Taco Tuesday tacos? Like
same fucking waitress too. I say I want the Taco Tuesday tacos. Okay, the small tacos, the $2 tacos. Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah,
all good. Takes our order, goes back, brings us our food. They're the little tacos. I'm like, okay, all good. She brings the bill back, and they're $2.50 each.
What?
They raised the price 50 cents without telling me or without posting it anywhere. I'm like, I thought they were $2. I thought they were $2. Why is it $2.50?
Oh, you got
like, oh, we raised the price. I'm like, where's it say that? And she points outside, and the only advertisement for Taco Tuesday is a little teeny thing written outside on the menu at the top, handwritten, and then it's taped over. And then handwritten again, $2.50.
Oh
and
I'm
like, you motherfuckers, you get me every fucking time. I'm going to keep coming back here because the food's so damn good. It's still the best deal in town. Also, this same fucking place with my burrito every time I go there. So I told you about the super burrito, right? We got guacamole, meat, rice, beans, cheese, sour cream. They'll stack it like one on top of each other. So you bite in and all I get is meat.
Sour cream.
And it's like, okay, where the fuck is everything? Then I get halfway through and it's just like beans and rice. And then at the bottom is all the fucking sour cream or vice versa. Or I'm eating it and I'm looking for the guacamole and I'm eating it. And where's the fucking guacamole? And I get to the bottom of the burrito and here's all the fucking guacamole. Fuck you guys, but I'm still ordering from you. I'm just not getting super burritos anymore.
It's like eating it a la carte, but not like you're trying to do it one after the other. But are you it's literally like you're eating it in courses, but it's all wrapped together. Yeah. And the burrito too. Since it's wrapped up, you never know where it's gonna go or how it's gonna go.
Oh. It got to the point where I started unwrapping it and looking at it and like, okay, cool. Then I have to fucking like. Wrap it together,
falling out the bottom. You're like halfway over here, like trying to get everything going, dude. That's why I don't get burritos from Chipotle anymore, because the same exact thing. Pancheros used to stir that bitch, and it was delicious. So, yeah, I hear you on that, man. That's getting that bite of sour cream and just rice is one of the most infuriating bites, dude. It sucks so much.
Yeah, so fuck you to all inconsistent burrito rollers. Again, La Hacienda, I'm going to continue to eat there all the time, but whoever rolls that burrito, I feel like it's some passive aggressiveness. You know, they're just definitely. Like, I can see this guy and his burrito.
Yeah, this fucking $2, $4 taco motherfucker. We're not doing anything he wants, dude. That's hilarious. And yeah, I haven't thought about that in a while, because just the inconsistency of you never know what you're gonna get. And man, that's definitely something to shout out. So shout out to my place, Tienda Taco. Love you. No issues with you guys. You're the best.
Pucker up, bitch. All right. Well, on that note, we're going to wrap things up there. Is there anything you're working on for us, Matthew?
No, there's still a couple articles in the chamber. Subscribe to my Substack at MSJ Writes Things. And that's pretty much it. Go Pistons. We got game 1 tonight. And but that's pretty much it, Max.
Hopefully you don't have Jared Goff throwing out. Hopefully you don't have Jared Goff throwing out T-shirts at this.
Seriously, God bless it. Yeah, that would be terrible. But I think they learned their lesson there, so we'll see. All right, everybody, go Pistons.